Fundamentals of Pedagogy by Lucian Green Professor Algorithm 3 and 4. 21. I prepared to write areas of study. I did this by stating that the theory, the word, is supported in university meditation philosophy graduates. First, I stated that having a relationship was inside the vocational education diploma. Second, I stated that being a playwright was inside the vocational theater studies diploma. Third, I stated that being a musician was inside the vocational music diploma. In this way, I prepared to write areas of study by stating that the theory, the word, is supported in university meditation philosophy graduates. 22. I prepared to go to the head of the class. I did this by writing the psychiatrist was right now. First, I visited the private clinic. Second, I found the psychiatrist was right. Third, I found I was right with the psychiatrist. In this way, I prepared to go to the head of the class by writing the psychiatrist was right now. 23. I prepared to like the big red apple. I did this by writing that everything, the pinball pin, changes. First, I recommended changing the rules so that masters by research didn't require an undergraduate degree in that field. Second, I played pinball. Third, I compensated as some of the goal scores changed. In this way, I prepared to like the big red apple by writing that everything, the pinball pin, changes. 24. I prepared to love the hydrangeas. I did this by being famous on the artificial intelligence website. First, I loved God, the mistress. Second, I loved being there. Third, I loved you. In this way, I prepared to love the hydrangeas by being famous on the artificial intelligence website. 25. I prepared to eat the spinach. I did this by liking the fast clapping. First, I clapped at the president's navel. Second, I clapped in a thunderstruck way. Third, I held hands with the guy. In this way, I prepared to eat the spinach by liking the fast clapping. 26. I prepared to state that computer science has finished. I did this by observing the pedagogue determined that the electron transcended the wire to create a Braysoning after three others like it were all blessed by Krishna. First, I helped Krishna to create the Braysonings before the current Braysoning. Second, I helped Krishna to create the current Braysoning. Third, I helped Krishna to create the Braysonings after the current Braysoning. In this way, I prepared to state that computer science has finished by observing the pedagogue determined that the electron transcended the wire to create a Braysoning after three others like it were all blessed by Krishna. 27. I prepared to win the pinball maze game. I did this by completing the pinball maze. First, I helped myself to the pinball maze making materials. Second, I made it. Third, I played with the pinball maze game. In this way, I prepared to win the pinball maze game by completing the pinball maze. 28. I prepared to be featured on television. I did this by writing the literature review in my PhD. First, I wrote the 10 Braysoning A for the sentence. Second, I wrote the area of study points for each of the 10 Braysonings. Third, I synthesized these, and then rewrote the PhD sentence. In this way, I prepared to be featured on television by writing the literature review in my PhD. 29. I prepared to be visited by a professor from another country and be given Nietzsche as an inspiration. I did this by writing the questions in my PhD. First, I wrote 5 specific as on the topic. Second, I read and dotted on 50 texts on the topic. Third, I wrote on specific topics during my career. In this way, I prepared to be visited by a professor from another country and be given Nietzsche as an inspiration by writing the questions in my PhD. 30. I prepared to write theory as in their corresponding arguments as reasons for each reason for the hypothesis. I did this by writing the hypotheses in my PhD. First, I made sure the argument had some structure. Second, I answered each question with a hypothesis. Third, I reasoned out the hypothesis reasons. In this way, I prepared to write theory as in their corresponding arguments as reasons for each reason for the hypothesis by writing the hypotheses in my PhD.